Greetings and shalom. So we have this main topic theme in the WNBA talking about pay us what you owe us. And I do believe this is stemmed in Marxist, or the principle or idea that everything is equal. And of course, we see this in the movies, television, media, and people pushing their certain philosophies and doctrines. But when it really comes down to the nitty and gritty, the WNBA does not profit or make money. It's just common sense. And of course, this is going to make some people mad because they just don't understand life in general or how economics work. But this principle or idea that everyone deserves to be equal or have equal pay is not based in reality. Life teaches us that there is good and there's evil, there's poor and there's rich, there's less and there's more. Even in the animal kingdom, okay, we have conquer or be conquered. Or in the fact of life that there are polarities, negative and positive, light and dark. And this video is not to bash women or, be a quote unquote sexist. It's just the fact that we have to deal in reality and realism. And it reads, no, the WNBA did not make a profit in 2024. Reports indicate that the league is expected to lose money, with some estimates suggesting a loss of $50 million, according to Sports Pro. Despite increased interest in raising viewership, particularly with the influx of new college stars like Caitlin Clark, the league is still operating at a loss. While there's been a surge in interest in some revenue gains from factors like a new TV deal and merchandise sales, these haven't been enough to offset the league's overall expenses, including charter flights and other costs. The WNBA's financial situation is a key concern for NBA owners who are looking for a return on their investment. So right now we're at Sports Pro, and this article was dated June 14th, 2024. The WNBA expected to lose US $50 million in 2024 despite surging interest. Losses set to increase fivefold as league continues to bleed money amid record attendances and viewership. So here's an example in real life. When you work at a job and your company, they post their profits or their certain quarters of how much the company revenues. And most times they're not, depending on what company you work for, they give you a bonus or they give you a raise because the company is profiting. Now you look at the WNBA, they're not profiting. So how would they get a raise, or how would the players make more money when they're at loss? That's why the NBA subsidizes them. I mean, it's just logic and common sense. So right here it reads, the WNBA has lost an average of more than $10 million per year, according to NBA Commissioner Adam Silver. League could triple its annual rights revenue to between $180 million and to $200 million from 2025. NBA negotiating broadcast deals for both properties. The Women's National Basketball Association is reportedly set to see losses rise to around $50 million this year, despite a record-breaking start to its 2024 season. So right here it also states, however, the WNBA remains unprofitable in its 28th year. Let that sink in for a minute. National Basketball Association Commissioner Adam Silver said in 2018 that the WNBA had lost an average of more than $10 million annually since its founding, and the Washington Post has now reported that the league and its teams are expected to lose around $50 million in 2024, a fivefold increase on the current average. Securing a lucrative domestic rights deal from 2025 will therefore be crucial in the WNBA's quest for profitability, but its recent audience growth means the league is in a strong negotiating position. The influx of college stars such as Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese has helped fuel fresh interest in the WNBA. Notably, Clark's regular season debut for the Indiana Fever averaged $2.12 million. So it also states that NBA, which owns roughly 60% of its female counterpart and has pumped hundreds of millions of dollars into the league, remains in negotiations for the right deals for both competitions, which reports say are set to be delivered more than $7 billion in total per year. That would represent a significant uplift on the annual $2.7 billion that the NBA gets under its current arrangement. According to the Washington Post, the WNBA could be in line to triple its annual rights revenue to between $180 million and $200 million in the next cycle. Pro Sports says the WNBA is going from strength to strength on the court, but this reported loss for 2024 highlights that the league still relies heavily on the NBA. And not to digress too much from the topic, but people who are arguing that they should get the same pay, I would like to really question or wonder, where are they looking at this, the totality of the situation? Where are they coming from? I do believe there are a lot of people who suffer from mental disorders or just being simply delusional. And simply delusional meaning what? They can't see the forest for the trees, meaning they don't see the bigger picture, or their mental capabilities are blocked. And right here it states, can't see the forest for the trees, to focus on small details or parts, and so you are missing something more important, like the WNBA not profiting, right? You fail to understand the situation as a whole. You are missing the bigger picture. They're asking if we have any suggestions for improvement when the program doesn't work at all. They really can't see the forest for the trees. Point in case the WNBA and their new slogan.
The t-shirt, just United Front, was determined this morning that we had a meeting for, and not to tattletale, but 0 members of Team Clark were very present for that. But no, we were just we had a very
that really needed to be mentioned.
And no, I think it was just all of us getting on the same page for the game. We wanted to do something that was just united and collective, and I thought that it was a very powerful moment and got the point across. And sometimes you don't have to say anything.
What do you mean by what you owe us?
The players of what is building this brand and this league. There is no league without the players, and the past, present, the ones coming up, they're the ones that have put in the blood, sweat, and tears for the new money that's coming in, and so we feel like we are owed a piece of that pie that we helped to create. So that's basically what that is.
And one has to consider that when you do have a Caucasian player of the likes of Caitlin Clark, who's generating a lot of buzz for your league, are you going to cater around that star? Because at the end of the day, this is entertainment. So are you going to help build up that specific player, or the other player is going to use race or race baiting to deteriorate their own revenue and hurt their own league while complaining that, racism or the white factor? Just let that sink in for a minute. Reading on, it also shows that even the most high-profile women's sports leagues still need to invest ahead of revenue before they can be expected to turn a profit. The league is in line for several cash injections in the coming years from its new rights deal and expansion fees. Its sponsorship roster also remains healthy, with a La Crema, Opel, and Mortgage matchup all signing on as new partners this year. And I'll end this video on this last note. If the WNBA wants to be more profitable, they have to start getting off of the Marxist or liberal train or woke train. Meaning what? Just focus on basketball. Stop focusing on the lesbian aspect. And if you want to be more profitable, you have to boost the product. Man and woman have to watch it. Most heterosexual women do not want to watch a lesbian-based type league. This is why the influx of heterosexual women is more marketable, because younger men want to see feminine basketball players. It makes common sense. It's not rocket science. Most men want to see good-looking women play sports and admire a woman that is good-looking and can play at the same time.